Hello chatbots out there, it's Monday and you guys know what that means. It's a new week with lots of adventures to be had, and I'm going to be taking you guys along on my adventures that I get up to this week. I hope you guys are all having a lovely start to your week. I got up after a lie-in. I've got a few days off now and I had some toast and a cup of tea for my breakfast, listened to a bit of music and was just watching a bit of TV, and I then ordered me, my mum and younger sister a Butty's lunch. Butty's is this amazing sandwich place just around the corner from mine, and they do such great sandwiches, and they were open again after being off for Christmas break, so I ordered them. And then I was just watching a bit of Doctor Who and tidying up my office and my dolls and dollhouse and just working on some illustrations and colouring some dozing, and was listening to a bit of Shania Twain, a bit of Carly, a bit of Coldplay, a bit of 1975, and was just watching some vlogs and TikToks and some funny dog and cat videos. And then I got myself ready to go off on a walk, and I ended up heading down to my town's castle and just having a stroll around the town's castle's gardens, and it's so beautiful and so beautifully kept. And then I headed off and headed up one of the charge shots and went off to one of the flower shots, and I got some flower shots on there that I'm show you guys. They have such beautiful bouquets of flowers in there, and I had a lovely chat with the flower shop keepers in there, wishing them Happy New Year, and we were chatting about our Christmases and our New Years so far and what we've been up to. And then I headed off to one of the bookshops, and I love the smell of old books so much, and then popped off to one of the plant shops just at the top of the high street and got some plant shots in there. I love that plant shop. It's like a little jungle in there, and all the pretty plant pots and the pretty patterns on the plants and all the succulents and cactuses. I was having a lovely chat with the plant shopkeeper in there, and then I got a selfie from one of the mirrors they have in there, surrounded by all these plants that I'm shooting. You guys know how much I love a mirror selfie, especially when it's surrounded by lots of pretty plants. I then head off to go collect mine, my mum and my younger sister's Butty's lunch order. So I head off to collect that, and I got that and then headed home, and I got back and I had my Butty's lunch, and I had a coronation chicken baguette with a cup of tea and a Belgian bun, and I'm going to show you guys that. Butty's lunch was so delicious. I have missed Butty's so much. I hadn't had a Butty's in so long, and then I was just listening to a bit of music, watching a bit of TV, and I had my cup of tea and Belgian bun, and always saved the cherry till last, which is my favourite bit. I love cherries so much. And then my mum had gone back to bed, and she's got a bit of a chest, like a bad chest at the moment, lots of buzz going around, so she had gone off back to bed, and I then just watched a bit of Netflix and was just doing some drawing and was playing with my cat with a little fish toy that she's got, and she's so cute. And I got a snap of her. She's got such lovely green eyes, and she could be so sweet, and then she could be a white baggage as well. Comes to being a Bengal cat, she could be very cute, and then all of a sudden like that she could turn and be trying to bite your ankles. And then I was just listening to a bit of Kylie, and my dad was just sorting some stuff around the house, and then I let him know that I was going off for a walk, and I then got my house keys to let myself back in. Thought I'd lost them, but they were in my pocket, thankfully, and I'd lose my head if I wasn't attached to my body. And I then got my headphones and just listened to some music whilst on my walk, and ended up going off to Dobbies. It was like there was a force like pulling me towards Dobbies. Hadn't been since before Christmas, so I thought I'd get out there, and I got up to Dobbies, my happy place. I love that place so much, and had a look around there, and I got some plant shots on there that I'll show you guys. The plant section is huge. I love all the succulents and cactuses and all the pretty plant pots. I was having a good look around there and was able to get some really pretty pattern snaps, and just love all the succulents. And then I was having a look at the homeware and stationery section, and then I got these really cute autumnal biscuits. They don't go out of date until June, so I have plenty of time to eat those and also admire how pretty they are. And was having a look at the on sale stuff and stuff that was on clearance after Christmas. And then I headed back and I was listening to some music on my headphones on the way home, and I got back and was just listening to some music, doing some drawing and colouring in. And on my way back from being at the garden centre, I got a snap of this waterfall I came across that I'm show you guys. Love the things I come across whilst on my walk. And then I had a cup of tea and finished off my Belgian bun. I finished it, I started before I went up to Dobby's, and then I finished it when I got back as I was full up from my coronation chicken sandwich, which was so delicious. And then I was just listening to a bit of music, doing some drawing and colouring in, and I showed my mum, dad and younger sister the autumnal biscuits, and I'm going to show you guys a clip of those. Here are the biscuits I got from Dobby's. They were on clearance. If I'd seen them back in autumn, I'd have got them already, but I hadn't seen them back in autumn, so I'm glad I spotted them now. And they're on clearance. Got them for £2, which is such a bargain. And the packaging is so pretty with all the pretty leaves around it. It's giving me Heartstopper vibes. I really hope we get a season 4 of Heartstopper. And they are so pretty, really nicely decorated. This one is a jumper, then we have a pumpkin, then this one says pumpkin spice, and this one has some really pretty autumnal colours on. I'm probably going to have one of those with a cup of tea later on. I was then reading some more of One Day, listening to a bit of music and just doing some drawing and colouring in of some of my illustrations, and watched some vlogs and TikToks and some free dog and cat videos. And then I just tidied up my office and my dolls and dollhouse. And then for tea we had fish fingers, beans and mash, and I'm going to show you guys. It was so delicious. I then read some more of One Day and was listening to a bit of music and just doing some drawing and colouring in of some of my illustrations, and tidied up my office and my dolls and dollhouse. And then I was just watching some episodes of Doctor Who, and I'm now off to go and watch today's Home and Away. It's come back after being on its Christmas break, and I'm so excited to have a new Home and Away to watch. And also Neighbours is back as well, so I'm going to be catching up on that tomorrow. And then I'm going to be watching the UK soaps. I hope you guys have all had a lovely start to your week and all have a lovely evening, and we'll see you with more to vlog tomorrow. It's now Tuesday. I hope you guys are all having a good day. I got up after a lie-in and I got showered and changed and had some toast and a cup of tea, and was just catching up on Neighbours as it's now back after being on break over Christmas break. And then I was listening to a bit of music, just to draw and colouring in. And last night I had a massive declutter of my office, got rid of a load of notebooks. I had so many notebooks that I could probably start my own notebook shop, and I put them in a massive bin bag. Luckily 2 of my siblings are teachers and 1 of my siblings does art, so lots of people wanting notebooks, lots of notebooks getting spare, so I put them in a bin bag to let them fight amongst themselves. And also I've left them in a bin bag just in case there's any that I have thrown away that I have second thoughts about, and then I can always go back. And I had a double look and there's definitely none in there, so I would be going to be getting any more back. And then I found these Harry Potter key rings that I got from the card factory in the high street ages ago, and they were just in one of my drawers, and I put them on my house keys because I was sick and tired of trying to find my keys in my work bag and not being able to find them. So I will definitely not be able to lose these now. We've got Dobby, we've got Harry, and he has a little scarf on. Then we have Ron, who's on his broomstick, and then we have Hermione. And I just love them so much, and they all fit on. And my younger sister was like, do you really need all of them on there? I said, yes I do. And I just love them so much. And then I got showered and changed after having my breakfast, and had such a lovely refreshing shower. Definitely helped wake me up, and it was a lovely sunny day, lovely blue skies. And so after getting changed, I then got myself ready to go off for a walk and had a lovely stroll. Was listening to some music on my headphones, and I popped to one of the flower shops that wasn't open yesterday, that's not open on Mondays, and got some flower starts in there. Let me show you guys. I got some really pretty flower starts on there and love all the lovely colourful flowers in there. And I also got a snap of a succulent that I'm going to show you guys now. I love succulents and cactuses so much. I was then just chatting with the flower shopkeepers in there, and we were just chatting about Christmas and New Year's Day and what we've been up to. And then I headed off and had a look inside the charge shops, and I then went off to my workplace, and it was Tash and Jen on, and I had a hot chocolate from there. I had a luxury hot chocolate with coconut milk, and Tasha put lots of cream on that, and I used to sat on the comfy sofa area, and she got a snap of me on the sofa area, and I'm going to show you guys that and a snap of the hot chocolate that she did for me. She spoils me. I'm not really allowed to have whipped cream, and not too much, so if I have a tolerance attack, it's her fault, and no, it'll be mine. It was worth it, and yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that. Sat in there for a bit and just chilled out, and then after that I went off to go to Jigsaw to see if it was tonight or next week that Jigsaw Volunteering Youth Club was back, and it is. Youth Club is back tonight, and we're going to be doing some cooking, which will be fun. I always go and volunteer down Tuesday nights. Looking forward to that being back after the Christmas break. I then went off and had a look at some more of the charge shops, and I got this jumper here, which is very cute, gives me Bumblebee vibes. It's a black and yellow striped jumper, and you know how much I love my jumpers and my stripes. Stripes are slimming, so that's why I always love a good striped jumper, and I'm going to try that on and show you guys that. Here's my new jumper. I love a good charge shop find. It's black and with yellow stripes. Stripes are very slimming. I love striped jumpers. I just love jumpers in general. Really nice fit, nice and comfy, and definitely good for those colder months coming up. I've got such a large jumper collection. I'm going to have to go through those and get rid of some of the ones I don't wear anymore and have a bit of a declutter of those. I then went off to have some lunch, and I went to go to this restaurant in High Street. Unfortunately it closed at 3, so they weren't serving food anymore. I did get a cola from there and just sat and had that, and then went off to the loo, and the bathrooms are so pretty. I love the wallpaper and the plants they had dotted around there and the mirrors. And I got a mirror set from there, and also got a snap of this pretty plant pot they had in the windowsill, and got a snap of the sink. The sinks are so pretty. I want one of those things in my house, and I'm going to show you guys the snaps I got from there. I love those mirrors so much, and then I headed off to one of the bookshops and had a look in there, and also went into W. Smith's and had a little look in Aldi. And on the way back I popped into one of the flower shops I went in the other day, and they were just getting a load of new plants in and having a bit of a move around of some of the stuff in there, and I got some plant pots from there that I'm show you guys. The new plants they had in are so pretty. I was then chatting with the flower shop keepers in there, and then I headed off and was listening to music on my headphones on my walk back from the High Street. And as I was making my way back, I got 2 snaps, one of a stream and one of a waterfall that I came across on my walk. Let me show you guys. I love the things that I come across whilst on my walks. I then got back, and for my lunch I ended up having a cheese and pickle toastie with a cup of tea and some biscuits, and I'm now off to go and tackle my jumpers in my wardrobe and get rid of some of those I don't wear anymore, and like downsize the jumper collection a little bit because it is insane. I literally have so many jumpers in there, so I'm going to be doing that, and I'll see you when I'm back from Jigsaw volunteering. It's later on in the evening, and I'm now back from being at Jigsaw volunteering. It was the first session back of the new year, and I was wishing everyone a happy year, and we were all chatting about how Christmases had been, and then we had some fun making some omelettes and toasties using the toasty and omelette making machines that they had at Youth Club. and I had a ham and cheese toasty, and I'm going to show you guys that. It was so delicious. We then played some games and just listened to some music, and then it was the end of the session and I got picked up by my dad, and I got back and I then was just finishing off some colouring in of some illustrations that I'd started just before going off to youth club volunteering, and I'm going to show you guys a clip of those. Here are two of my new illustrations that I've just finished colouring in. Starting off with this one, she's got some white boots, this maroon coloured dress that has a heart in the middle, so she's got a heart ring and this pearl earring and pearl necklace, and she's got black like shoe bit on the side and then this long flowing hair. And then this one here has this dungaree outfit on with like lace on the side and blue like shoulder padded top underneath, and she's got a wing and this handbag with fringe on, and she's got a choker necklace on, and she's got a little heart mark underneath her eye, and I love her long flowing hair. And these are the latest ones that I've just coloured in, and I'm now up to date with all of my illustrations. They are all coloured in now, and I'm going to be starting off some illustrations for me to colour in some more. I really enjoyed colouring in my illustrations. It just adds a bit of pop to them. And then I had one of my biscuits I got from the garden centre in this autumnal biscuit packet with a cup of tea, and I'm going to show you guys that. It was so delicious. I then was just tidying up my office and my dolls and dollhouse, and I finished writing my journal entry for today, and I'm off to watch today's Home and Away at the UK6. And tomorrow me and Tash are going off for breakfast at Shelley's, and then going into town to go and watch a movie in the cinema. We're watching the new Andrew Garfield film. It's a rom-com, and I love a rom-com. I hope you guys all have a lovely rest of your evening, and we'll see you with more of the vlog coming tomorrow. It's now Wednesday. I got up ready to go off to have breakfast at Shelley's with Tash, and I headed up there and listened to some music on my headphones whilst on my way up there. And I thought we were meeting for 9:30, but we decided to meet at 10 instead. So I was up there a little bit early, so I went off and had a little sort of child shops, and went off and got myself a drink from the corner shop, and I got these gloves and hat from one of the child shops as it's getting colder out there now. Had a bit of snow here and there, so got these to keep me nice and warm, and they're a lovely maroon colour, and the matching gloves as well. And then I got to Shelley's and I got a mayo safi from there whilst waiting for Tash to arrive. I'm going to show you guys. I love that mirror with all the plants around it. I then waited for Tash to arrive, and it got later and later and she still hadn't turned up, so I texted and called just to see if she was on her way, and still no reply. So I ended up popping around to her house and ringing the doorbell, and still there was no reply. I then headed back to Shelley's to see if we'd missed our path, and she wasn't there. And then as I was walking through past Aldi, she texted to say that she'd overslept and that she was on her way, and we then met at the bus stop and ended up heading off into the mall instead of going to Shelley's, and just went straight into the mall as we had a viewing to go to the cinema and see We Live in Time, the new Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh film, which we were going to either see that or the Robbie Williams biopic, and we decided to go with the rom-com instead. And we got to the mall and had a look at one of the shops, and I got some flower sets from Marks and Spencer's flower section, which is so pretty, and I'm going to show you guys the flower sets I got. They had lots of bouquets of flowers with lots of pretty colourful roses, and then I got 2 plant sets from the plant session. I'm going to show you guys. I was able to get some really pretty snaps of the succulents and cactuses. I love all the patterns and the pretty plant pots. And then we went off to the entertainer and I had a look around there, and they didn't have the doll that I wanted in there, but it was in Smith's, so we were going to have to go to Smith's after we'd gone to the cinema. and then we went off to Nando's and had some lunch. And before we had our lunch, whilst waiting for it to arrive, me and Tash got a selfie together, and I'll show you guys that. Then we had our lunch, and I had some chicken wraps with some peri-peri chips and a corn cob, and we had some bottomless drinks, and I had a Fanta. It was so delicious. And then we headed off to the cinema to see We Live in Time, and it was a really good film, brilliantly filmed and acted. Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh absolutely smashed it, and it was a very emotional film, so I suggest grabbing some tissues when you go and see it. And then after that we went off to the mall again and had a look at some more of the shops, and ended up going off to Smith, and I got a doll that I needed to get to complete the set. And then we went off to some more of the shops in the mall, and we got some bubble tea. I love a bubble tea, and I loved the Christmas cups that they came in. We then head off to get the bus back, and it started to snow, which was really pretty. It didn't set, but it was still quite pretty to be out in the snow. And then the bus arrived, and we got the bus back, and Tash headed off from Aldi's bus stop, as she lives near there, and I got the bus stop further along, so I listened to my music off my headphones on the way back when she'd gone home. And I got back, and I then listened to a bit of music, did some drawing and colouring in, and was just reading some more of One Day. And I then showed my mum and my dad and younger sister the new doll that I got, the last one of the Barbie Deluxe series that I needed, and I'm going to show you a clip of that. Here's the new deluxe style Barbie doll that I got. I wasn't going to get her originally, as I only wanted to get the other three, but I slowly started to fall in love with this doll, and I'm going to show you guys her now. She's got this beautiful hot pink top and skirt with lots of ruffles on the side here and on the side of her sleeve, and she's got one sleeve and one arm with no sleeve on, so it's a one sleeve jumper, very cute. I love the rose on there. And she also has this sparkly pink handbag that matches her prosthetic leg, and she has these pink high heels with roses on, and then she's got a really pretty face. I love the black long hair, and the earrings she has on, these silver earrings. And on the back here are all the dolls, and I'm so glad I've got the whole collection now. Added her to the pile over there, and I can't wait to finally get them put out on display once I get a cabinet to put them all in. And then we had our tea, and for my tea I had some pizza. I had a chicken, bacon, cheese, peppered pizza, and it tasted so good. And then I got a snap of my cat on her little radiator bed. She is so adorable. I then finished writing my journal entry for today and put that away. I got my uniform ready for work tomorrow. It's me and Tash on shift. She's doing 8:30 till 3 and I'm doing 9 till 3, and we are going to absolutely slay. Actually, I'm doing a 9:30 till 3, which means I get a tiny little bit more of a line than I thought I was. I got my work rota for next week, so I wrote my shifts down in my journal, and I'm now off to go and watch today's Home and Away and UK soaps, and we'll see you more vlog tomorrow. It's now Thursday, and I got up, showered and changed, ready for work, and then I headed off to work, and it was so cold outside, very icy, so I wore this jumper I'm wearing right now over the top of my work top with my gloves and my hat and my jacket on, and I then headed off to work and had my headphones on and was listening to some music, and then went off to the co-op. I got myself a drink and got me and Tash, who I was on shift with, a pan of chocolate each, and then went off and had a look at the charge shops just before work, as I'd got up to the high street about 9ish and didn't start till 9:30. And then I got to work, got clocked in and put my bag and coat away, took my jumper off and put that in my bag, and then I had my drink that I got from the shop with my pan of chocolate for my breakfast just before starting work, and gave Tash her one, and it was me and her on shift, just me and her, and we absolutely smashed the shift. And it was actually really busy. We had lots of people coming in for breakfast and for coffees, and had quite a few big bookings coming in, and I was wanting lots of food and drinks. cleaning tables, doing some food and drink orders and drinks making, and even made some coffees. I'm getting down coffees. My confidence on coffees is getting a lot better. And then I was just doing a massive cleanup of the tables, and someone chatted to some of the regulars, and even had some people sitting outside for coffees even though it's freezing cold out there. Absolutely mad. And then we both finished at 3, and I clocked off, got my bag and coat, and I got changed back into my jumper that I came to work in, and put my worktop in my bag. And then me and Tash headed off to Aldi and had a look in there, and then went off to drop Tash's mum a coffee that Tash had got for her. And then we went off to Co-op and got some lunch from there, and went off into Coffee One and got takeaway drinks from there, and I got a caramel frappe from there, and I'm going to show you guys a start with the caramel frappe. It was so delicious. Then after that we went off to the Co-op and we got some profiteroles for the games night to have for pudding, and cannot wait to have some of those, and got some sandwiches for lunch and sat on a bench and had those. And I had some chicken Caesar wraps with some pork cocktail crisps and some fridge raiders. And then we headed off down to the castle, and the gardens are so beautifully kept, and had a lovely stroll around the gardens. And Tash got a snap of me sat on these steps, and behind me there were some pretty lanterns, and I'm going to show you guys that. I love that snap that Tash got of me. She gets such great photos of me. And then I got some photography of the gardens, of some flowers and some lanterns, and I'm going to show you guys those. Those lanterns are so pretty, and that yellow rose snap that I got as well. I love going there and getting photography from the castle's gardens. They're so beautifully kept, and that rose garden as well, where I got the yellow rose snap from. It's going to be amazing in the spring and summer when they all start blooming. And then Tash headed home, and so did I, and she went that way and I went that way, so I thanked her for a lovely shift and lovely time having some lunch on a bench and getting coffee, and then going to the castle. And I was going to be seeing her at Jen's for the games night, so I'd like to see you tonight. And then I got home and I listened to a bit of music and did some drawing and colouring in. And whilst at Coffee One, I'd got a takeaway cake, and I got a bit of Victoria sponge cake that I put in my bag, and so I had that with a cup of tea. I was then just reading a bit more of One Day and listening to a bit of music, just doing some drawing and colouring in and working on some of my new illustrations. And then my younger brother and his girlfriend came to ours, and then they went off to our grandma's for tea. And then my older sister came over, and my older brother got back from work, and my dad got back from fishing, and me, my older brother and sister went off for a lovely evening stroll. We then got back, and my dad had gone off to the shops, and he's going to be taking me to Jen's for the games night, and I am now just going to be chilling. And then when my dad gets back, he's going to be dropping me down to Jen's for the games night, and we're having spaghetti bolognese for tea with some garlic bread, and then profiteroles for pudding, and I cannot wait to have that. It's going to be so good. And then I think Tash is going to be bringing Cards Against Humanity and this game, which is like charades, but you have to make sounds instead of acting it out. Not sure how that's going to work, but I'm looking forward to playing that and seeing how that goes, and we'll see when I'm back. It's later on in the evening now, and I'm back from being at Jen's for our games night we have on Thursday evenings, and I got dropped there by my older sister. My dad was going to drop me there after being at the shops, but he didn't end up dropping me off, and so I got dropped off by my older sister, who was on her way home anyway. And then I got there and I was having a nice catch up with everyone I hadn't seen since before Christmas, as I was supposed to go last week, but I couldn't as I'd injured my foot. So it was my first games out of 2025, and we were having spaghetti bolognese, which is one of my favourites, and Jen was getting that ready. And then Tash and Jamie arrived, and it was me, Tash, Jamie, Jenny and Dean, and we had our food. I made spaghetti and had some garlic bread. We also had these little like cheese, like spicy little balls, which were really nice, and some were halloumi and some were like spicy, which were quite hot. And then we had some profiteroles for our pudding, and I'm going to show you guys the food that we had. Food, glorious food. It was so delicious. And then we were playing some games. We played this impersonation game, and that was really fun. And I was quite good at doing the impersonations, and we had to impersonate an actor or a singer or someone famous like that, and then had the acting card, so we had to to impersonate them and then have to act out doing something. So I got Spider-Man walking on the moon, and then we had a little buzzer that you had to press, and you had to try and guess the character and then what they were actually doing, and that was really good. And then we played this card game that Jamie had brought along, which is crazy, like really like long, and yeah, I'll get the hang of it eventually. And I was getting a bit confused, and yeah, it was a little bit confusing. And then we ended the evening by playing this new version of Monopoly Deal, which we normally play, and that was a little bit confusing as well. And then it was the end of our games night, and I got dropped home by Tash and Jamie's dad. Got home and I then finished writing my journal entry for today, and I've got morning group tomorrow. It's the first one back of 2025 for me. The first one back was last week, but I didn't go because I hurt my foot. And tomorrow it's just going to be me and one other of my morning group members, as the others cannot attend. So we're just going to be watching a film, which should be fun. I think we're going to be bringing a DVD in each and picking which one to watch, and have some popcorn and be a nice chilled movie morning. And I'm now off to go and watch today's Home and Away and the UK soaps. I will see you more to vlog tomorrow. It's now Friday. I hope you guys are having a lovely end to your week, almost a weekend. I got up early to go to morning group, and I didn't end up going to morning group in the end as the roads were really icy, and my mum wasn't feeling confident to drop me down to morning group, as where I go to morning group is down all these country lanes. So I ended up not going, and I ended up going back to bed. I then got up for about 11ish and had some cereal for my breakfast, and then I was just watching a bit of Emily in Paris on Netflix and was listening to some music. And then I got myself ready to go off on a walk, and I headed off for my walk, and I got some flower sacks off on my walk. Let me show you guys. I had a lovely stroll enjoying the sunshine and blue skies. I was able to get some really pretty flower snaps, lots of roses popping up at the moment, which I'm loving, and I love that yellow rose that I was able to get a snap of. And then I came across this garage with this floral artwork on, and I'm going to show you guys a snap of that. It's so beautiful. Like I said before, I love the things that I come across also on my walks. I then head up to the high street and I got myself a Greggs lunch. I had a custard slice with a bit of cheese pizza and an apple juice, and I sat in and had that in the Greggs as a seating area to go in to have food in as well as take away. And then I had a little some of the shops and sort of charged shops, and then I made way to one of the pubs where one of my mates works. I was having a catch up with him and got myself a cola and just sat on one of the sofa areas and had my cola and just chilled out. And I got a snap of me on the sofa area. Let me show you guys. That sofa area is so comfortable, and I love the wooden panelling behind me and the cushions as well. and stayed there for a little bit, and then I headed off home. And I got back and I was just watching some episodes of Doctor Who and listening to a bit of music and just doing some drawing and colouring in and reading some more of one day. And then I just tidied up my office and my dolls and dollhouse. And then for my tea, I had some cottage pie left over from last night, and I'm going to show you guys that. The cottage pie was so delicious. I'm now off to go and write a bit more of my journal and just chill before going off to work for my 5 till close shift this evening. I will see you with more to vlog when I'm back from work. It's later on in the evening now and I'm back from being at work. I had a shift doing a 5 till close, and it was me, Tash and one of our colleagues on shift, and they'd done a split shift, so they went home at 10 and it was me and Tash until close, and it was quite busy with a lot of bookings in, and I was doing lots of food, drinks, and doing lots of food and drink orders and drinks making and cleaning lots of tables and sort of chatting to some of the regulars. And then after work, me and Tash had gone to go to one of the pubs that normally stays open later. Unfortunately, it was shut, so I then just came home and I thanked Tash for a lovely shift, and then I made my way back and listened to some music on my headphones whilst on my way back. I then got home and put my uniform in the wash and got my clean uniform ready for work tomorrow, and then I was just watching a bit of TV and had a bit of a natter with my mum, had a cup of tea and some biscuits, finished writing my journal and put that away, and I'm now off to go and watch today's Home and Away and UK soaps, and shall see you more of the vlog tomorrow. It's now Saturday and I got up early ready for work as I was doing a 9 till 5, and I got a photo of the sunrise. Perks of being up super early for work, I get to have sunrises, and it was a really pretty sunrise this morning, and I'm going to show you guys a photo that I got of that. It's so pretty. I then got showered and changed, ready for work, and had some toast and a cup of tea for my breakfast, and was just watching a little bit of TV. And then my dad dropped me to work. I then got myself a drink from the corner shop just before work and got into work. Got clocked in and put my bag and coat away, and it was just me and one other colleague to start with, and I helped open up. And then I was just running lots of food and drinks, doing food and drink orders and bill taking and cleaning tables, and so on, chatting to some of the regulars. And one of our colleagues came in at 10, another at 11, and Tash was covering. I didn't realise that I was going to be working with Tash, which was not a nice surprise. And I had my drink that I got from the corner shop, and then I was mainly on bar doing lots of drinks and pint pouring and doing lots of wines, and did some smoothies as well. And I then was just cleaning lots of tables, and we had a really good team on, and we had really good music playing as well, so I caught myself singing along to some of the songs whilst cleaning tables. And then I got to have a lunch break, and I had a beef and chili with some halloumi fries and had those cut up and put on the top. And I didn't have the nachos or the pink onions, so I had those to replace the nachos. It was so delicious, and I was so happy to get a lunch break as it'd been so busy. It started off really quiet and then got so busy, and I really needed a sit down. And I set my alarm for when my lunch break had finished, and I just scrolled through my phone and enjoyed that, and then just sat and chilled. And then the alarm went off to signal the end of my break, so I then put my plate and glass around the back, and then I continued on with my shift. And Tash and Jamie, who I was on shift with, finished at 3, and it was just me and one other of my colleagues who I started with, and we were both on till 5. And I was just doing lots of cleaning of tables and just doing some cleaning jobs and putting some glasses and plates and saucers away and polishing some cutlery. And then it got really busy again, and I was running lots of food and drinks and cleaning tables and doing some pint pouring and hot chocolates and coffees. And I'm getting down coffees, slowly getting a little bit more confident. And then I finished at 5, and I then clocked off, got my bag and coat, got changed to this jumper that I had in my work bag, and then I walked home and I had my headphones with me so I could listen to some music on the way home, and I popped to one of the flower shops just before walking home. It's not normally open at 5, but they had a wedding planning thing that they were doing flowers for, so they hadn't shut yet, so I was able to pop in and get some flower snaps, and I'm going to show you guys those. There's such beautiful flowers in there, and I just love all the pretty colours. I was having a lovely chat with the flower shop keepers in there. I then made my way home and was listening to some music on the way back on my headphones, and then got back and got my clean uniform ready for work the next day. And I'm doing a split shift tomorrow, but then I've got 4 days off and I cannot wait. I'm going to sleep for those 4 days straight. I think I'm going to hibernate, and work has just been so busy at the moment, it's been insane. And then I had a cup of tea and some biscuits. I was just reading some more of One Day and watching some vlogs and TikTok and listening to a bit of music, and was just tidying up my office and my dolls at the dollhouse. And then me, my mum, dad and my older brother and his girlfriend were watching a bit of the rugby that was on, and they had a takeaway for tea, but I wasn't feeling very hungry, so I didn't have anything because I'd had my beef chili for lunch, which was quite filling. So I'll probably just have something like a snack tea, like some crisps or something like that, and I'm already hungry. And then we're now going to be going to my grandma's, as my aunt, uncle and cousins are down to visit from near London, so we're going to be going there and having some party food kind of stuff, and I think they're going to be doing some cheese and crackers, and I'm going to be doing some games to play. So I'm going to be going off and getting ready to go to that, and we'll see you when I'm back from that. It's later on in the evening now, and I'm back from being at my grandma's, seeing my uncle and cousins who are down to visit. And I thought my aunt was going to be there, but she's currently away in Australia, so it's just my uncle and cousins. And it was lovely seeing them and catching up with them, and we were playing some games of Heads Up, and that was so much fun. And they got on my grandma some flowers, and I got a snap of the flowers in front of some floral curtains that my grandma has, and I'm going to show you guys that. They're so pretty. We were just sharing some childhood memories and just having a lovely catch up, and I was telling them all about how Edinburgh had been, and we just talked about Christmas and about what we've all been up to, and we had some chocolates as my grandma had some celebrations and some heroes. So I had some of those. I also had a cup of tea in my favourite flower mug that my grandma always gives me when I go round for catch up with her, and it's such a pretty mug. And then me and my older sister headed back, and we gave my uncle and cousins hugs and thanked them for a lovely evening, and it was so nice to catch up with them, and hopefully we'll see them very soon. And then me and my older sister had to go off to Tesco's so she could get some stuff that she needed and some stuff for the cats, and then she dropped me home and she stayed for a bit, and she's now gone off home, and I'm now off to go and finish writing my journal entry for today. It's now Sunday. I hope you guys are all having a lovely Sunday rest. I got up ready for work, and I was doing a 9 till 3, 7 till close, so I was on a split shift, and I had some breakfast and was listening to a bit of music and just watched a bit of TV before work. I then got dropped to work by my dad, and I got to work and got clocked in and put my bag and coat away, and it was just me and one other colleague on the open, and we were just getting everything opened up. And then I was just wanting some food and drinks and doing some food orders and bill taking and cleaning tables and sorting trying to sort the regulars I was just putting some clean glasses and plates and cups away and polishing some cutlery. And it was me and one other colleague to start with, and then another colleague came in at 10, and there was only 3 of us on, and normally there's 4 of us on. So I was a little bit nervous, a little bit anxious, because normally there's 4 of us and Sundays are normally pretty busy, and it got really busy. I was like, oh my god, here we go, it's going to be an absolute train wreck. But we absolutely smashed it. We did so well, despite it being really busy and there being a little bit of a wait on food. We rarely had any problems and we any mistakes, and we did really well. And at the end of the shift, our supervisor on shift said to both of us how proud she was of us and how she didn't think we were going to cope as well with it being as busy, and how well we did. And I was like, I agree. I was a little bit anxious when I found out there was going to be only 3 of us on shift, but we absolutely smashed it. And I then got to finish at 2:51 instead of 3 o'clock as it cramped down, and so I clocked off and got my bag and coat, and then I went off to Co-op and got myself some lunch from there. And then I had to pop off to one of the restaurants in the high street, as I had to pop to the little boys' room, and I then got a really cute mirror selfie from there that I'll show you guys. I love that mirror and with the lights either side of it. And then I saw my family friend from one of the pubs who works there, and he hadn't been in for a few days, and so I was having a nice chat with him, gave him a hug and wished him a belated happy birthday. And I'm hoping to have a coffee catch up with him sometime this week, fingers crossed. And then I went off to Aldi to see about getting some mini pancakes with some strawberries and blueberries, as I haven't had that in ages, and they didn't have any mini pancakes left, so I was absolutely gutted. I did, however, get some really pretty flower sets from the flower section they have there. Let me show you guys. They've got such beautiful colours and patterns on. I then made my way home and I was listening to some music on my headphones on my walk home, and was listening to a bit of Kylie. I then got home and I got changed into this jumper that I got from one of the child shops ages ago. I love a child shop find. It's probably one of my favourite jumpers, and I love striped jumpers as well. I was then reading a bit more of One Day, listened to a bit of music and did some drawing and colouring in, and was watching some vlogs and TikToks. And then I had my lunch that I got from the Co-op, and I had some chicken Caesar wraps with some barbecue hula hoops, which are my favourite hula hoops, and had a cup of tea and some biscuits. I was just tidying up my office and my dolls and dollhouse. I then ended up having a little bit of a nap, a bit of a power nap, definitely needed that. And my dad and older brother were then back from watching my older sister play rugby, and my grandma then got brought over to have the Sunday roast that we were having, and it smelled so good. My mum was getting that ready, and then my younger brother and his girlfriend came over for the Sunday roast, and then we all headed out to the end room and had our Sunday roast and had some jam donuts for pudding. The Sunday roast was so delicious, and the jam donut too. I had a really sugary one, and I had that with a cup of tea. And then I was just writing a bit more of my journal, and I'm now off to go and just watch a bit of Antiques Roadshow and then just chill before going off back to work for the second part of my split shift. And I'll see you with more vlog when I'm back. It's later on in the evening now, and I'm back from the second part to my split shift. I got ready to go back to work, and my dad brought me to work. I then got to work, got clocked back into work and put my bag and coat away, and it was me, Tash and one other of our colleagues on shift, and I was with this colleague I was with earlier on. We were both on split shifts, and I was just getting those of the cleaning and clothes jobs done, and Tash had come on at 3, and we were just getting those of the cleaning jobs done before the quiz started, as we knew it was going to be quite busy, so we wanted to get as many cleaning jobs done and clothes jobs done before it got busy, and then the quiz started and it got quite busy, and we had lots of regulars come in and lots of the regular teams come in. So I was chatting with some of the regulars and just doing lots of pint pouring and cleaning lots of tables, and doing some food drink orders and drinks making and cleaning lots of tables. And then after the quiz had finished, quite a lot of people left after the quiz, and then we had a few of the regulars that stayed. And then the colleague who I was with in the daytime, who was on a split shift like me, she finished earlier as she was opening the next day, and then it was just me and Tash on the close, and we absolutely smashed the close. And then we clocked off. I got my bag and coat, and then whilst waiting for the last lot of people to leave, me and Tash sat and had a drink, and I just had a cola. And then the last lot of people left, and then Jamie, Tash's sister, who'd come into the quiz and had gone off with her mate, came back, and we just sat and chatted for a little bit, and then we finished off the closing of the cafe, and then we headed off, and I was just having a quick catch up with Jamie and Tash outside whilst waiting to get picked up. And then my lift arrived, and I said goodbye to Jamie and Tash and thanked Tash for a lovely evening shift. And we're planning to go to see the Robbie Williams biopic on Tuesday evening after seeing We Live in Time, which is really good fun but a little bit sad. So I think we're going to be seeing that to hopefully have a bit of a more upbeat kind of movie, and a bit of a sing-song, a little bit of Robbie Williams. And then we're thinking about going into the lanes in Bristol to do a bit of karaoke, and I love a good sing-song, so that's going to be really fun. And I've now got the next 4.5 days off. I'm not in work till this Friday evening coming, so I'm looking forward to having Lion tomorrow, which is going to be so good. And I then got picked up by my older sister and got back and was having a good chat with her, and then I got back in, got my work clothes put in the wash and got into my pyjamas, and then I finished writing my journal and put that away and had some cereal. And then me and my mum were just watching a bit of QI. I love that show, it's so funny. And I'm now off to go and watch brand new Dancing on Ice, which has come back tonight, and I'll see you with a new vlog coming very soon. Please like, comment, subscribe, and have a lovely new week ahead.